Hi, I'm Tom English, and I wanted to make one final video on this topic, and that's about horizontal and vertical lines. One of the things kids can get confused on, they're used to seeing, when we talk about equations of linear degree or first degree equation, they're always looking for an x and a y. Sometimes you don't have one or the other, and then that throws them off. But if we just look at the equation x is equal to 4, y isn't there. How would we plot that? Well, what that's saying is that doesn't matter what y is, x is going to be equal to 4. Let's look at that. Let's say x when y is 0, in other words, we're on this x-axis, we know x is going to be equal to 4. What is it when x is, or y is, let's say, 3? When x or y is 3, then x is still 4, isn't it? When, let's say, y is minus 6, we come down here, what is x? X is still equal to 4. So if we connect these, and again, anything that we have, we're going to be on that line, because x is always equal to 4. Well, what we end up having here, then, is a vertical line. So x is equal to 4, a valid first degree equation, and in this case it is a vertical line with no y value, x value is constant that you're going to have. Let's look at a different one. Let's say our equation was y is equal to minus 3. Okay, again, no x value, y is always equal to a negative 3. Well, if we plotted a few of those, let's say x is a negative 10, what is y? Y is a negative 3. X is a negative 5, what is y? Negative 3. X is 0, what is y? Negative 3. Okay, x is a positive 5, what is y? Y is a negative 3. I hope you can see that then in this case, with y is equal to negative 3, this is then a horizontal line. Obviously, being horizontal, it's parallel to the x-axis, and since y is always a negative 3, it's a line that is 3 units below the x-axis. Now, one final thing, let's look at the slope of each of these. And remember, the slope again is equal to the change in y over the change in x. So in this case, when x is equal to 4, the change in y, well, what is the change in y? The change in y, okay, when x is equal to 4, the change in y can be anything, but what's the change in x? Change in x is 0. So no matter what the change in y is, our denominator is always going to be 0. What did we learn when we try to divide by 0? Anything divided by 0 is undefined. So the slope for a vertical line is undefined. What would the slope be for the horizontal line? Y is equal to negative 3. Well, in this case, y never changes, so therefore the numerator is 0, and it doesn't matter what the denominator is. What did we learn? Anything divided into 0 is going to be 0. So, and this is what you'd expect with a horizontal line. Y is equal to negative 3, y is equal to positive 3, y is a negative 10. It doesn't matter. When we have a horizontal line, the slope is going to be 0. So hopefully that gets them out of that. You got to have an x and a y to have an equation. You really don't. Both cases there, one's a horizontal, one's a vertical. And they only have one variable. Thank you.